sitting poolside with producer Natalie Sandy of the web series Cleansed, which is premiering this March at South by Southwest in Austin. Natalie, what is the biggest part of Cleansed?
Ooh, well, Cleansed is a web series about a 30-something Los Angeles native who is very fed up with her life and can't figure out why it's going wrong. She's got a bad boyfriend. She doesn't like her job. She's struggling. As many 30-somethings in Los Angeles do. And she decides that after a night of Googling, deep Google searching, that a cleanse is the thing that's going to fix her. We wanted to shine a light on the absurdity of these trends and kind of throw our main character, Max, who's played by Anna Margaret Hollyman, into a number of quirky, zany Los Angeles scenarios, which essentially derail her after 5 days of not eating.
What do you hope that people feel after watching Cleansed?
I hope that women especially just relate to it. I think that, when we were shooting our pilot episode, there's a scene where Max is trying to hold her thighs from behind in the mirror in a certain way to get the perfect thigh gap. And I think that at least of the young women I've showed this to, in my personal life, they can relate to that. The filmmakers, Flora Birnbaum and Scarlett Downing, they are the co-writers and co-directors of the series. And we were all kind of tailoring it towards women. And this was 2 years ago before women were in the forefront of media today. And we were surprised that the men related to it as much as we did, because I don't think this image of perfection is specifically tailored towards women. When we shot Cleansed, I actually lived in New York at the time, and I have since moved to Los Angeles, which is kind of funny since our web series pokes fun at the different tropes and people that you find in LA, and then I actually moved here right afterwards. I don't think that people in Los Angeles are more inauthentic than others. I just think that we are kind of inundated with both body fashion and trends, like all the images of what we should be and what we should look like, which I think makes people very insecure. And it's also sunny all the time here, so you really can't hide yourself in a sweater the way you can in New York or the Midwest. You can't eat like an entire hot dish and then put on a turtleneck and then no one knows. Like, you are out in the sun.
How has that idea of being out there all the time changed your body image?
It's actually made me more confident. I thought that would be the reverse. It forced me to just say, this is what you look like and this is how you are. So you're either going to embrace that year round or what? You're going to go to the gym and try every fad and cleanse and diet you can. I don't want to do that.
What was the funniest scene in Cleansed in your opinion?
Oh my God. I think it would be a really close tie between our second episode, which takes Max, our protagonist, to a goat slaughtering ceremony, specifically on the east side of Los Angeles, a real farm-to-table scenario, which takes itself very seriously. That was really fun because we had to sneak a goat onto our set. No animals were harmed in the making of this film. Our goat's name was Licorice. But my second favorite, I would say, and it's a close tie, is with our fourth episode about a washed-up 90s celebrity actor, child actor. And his name is Devin Aaron Aarons. And he has decided to become a real adult actor in his life, and it's quite something to behold.
You actually make your world premiere of acting in that actual episode. How did you tap into that character?
Oh, God. Thank you for asking me that, Katia. We were a very low-budget production. I think any indie filmmaker can attest that it takes a village, oftentimes including your producer standing in for the role of crazed fan, which I did. And it wasn't hard to tap into for me, to be honest. I too am a crazed fan of certain people.
What did Natalie Sandy, the teenager crazed fan, look like in the early 2000s?
Not good. She didn't look good. She was not cute. She struggled with her looks. She tried a lot of fads. You know what? Your fad question might apply to 12-year-old Natalie. Really did try and blend in with the crowd in a lot of horrifying ways. Fashion-wise.
Ooh. Worst fashion trend of our youth.
I'm actually blacking out with the ability of just not being able to pinpoint it because it was so atrocious. Tube tops. Don't put a 12-year-old in a tube top.
What is the craziest fad diet you've ever done?
I've actually never done a fad diet. I've done a diet, but I wouldn't call it a fad. I'm afraid of things that are that extreme. I sleep eat, if you will, which would make a cleanse impossible for me because I don't realize I'm eating in the middle of the night. I will wake up and find crumbs. Ice cream wrappers are a big one. Just like Dove bar containers just melted on the nightstand.
What does your subconscious Natalie, when she's sleeping, crave the most?
Macaroni and cheese. Rarely is it available to me, but I think if I had the option, there'd be a vat of warm macaroni and cheese waiting for me for my sleep eating self.
Have you ever turned on the stove in one of your episodes?
100%. I have left chicken in the oven cooking. That was really creative. Did not realize I had the capacity to put things in the oven, but then I went back to sleep. So that wasn't a good day in my home.
So you have an ever-rotating top 11 films. And a lot of them are pretty surprising because they're not really critically acclaimed films, but they are very true to Natalie Sandy's core and what makes her love movies so much. What is the one film that remains constant?
Wow. Great question. I'm so honored to be asked this question and to give a shout out to my top 11 favorite films. And I will say A Perfect Storm starring George Clooney and I almost said Mark Zuckerberg. Not Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, Mark. Whew.
Why is A Perfect Storm the perfect Natalie Sandy film?
Wow. Beautiful question, Katia. I would have to say it is full of heart, adventure, intrigue, fear. The stakes are so high. It's about conquering your fears and failing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm looking at you, kid. I love you. You're my girl. Tearjerker. Give me a break. George Clooney forever. Those Boston accents. Oh, God. That storm. We're going to go right up.
Thanks for joining us poolside as we got an inside look at the web series Cleansed with producer Natalie Sandy. Be sure to check out cleansedwebseries.com for all the updates and, of course, the new episodes after their premiere at South by Southwest. What's the weirdest word in the English language?
Zeitgeist.
What does that mean?
Look it up. I don't know. I can't say off the top of my head. Yes. Oh, my God. Yes. Zeitgeist.